G'day everyone, welcome back. This is episode 2 of my preview of the 1904 Imperial Sunrise campaign. Playing against Old Crow Balthazor, I'm the Russians and he is commanding the Japanese. This will be the March 4th, 1904 turn. Let's see what happens. Most of his army's still in Japan, so he's going to be sending them by boat this turn mostly. We're not going to see a lot of them. We might see what his battleships do around Port Arthur though. There's Mount Fuji next to Tokyo. Nice little detail on the map. Yeah, I forgot to mention last turn, these blockade hexes, there's about 15 of them around the coast of Japan and Korea. If we maintain a boat within one hex of any of those, it reduces the Japanese fighting spirit by 100 points per turn per location. So if we're able to defeat the Imperial Navy, then very quickly it's possible to inflict a large blockade on Japan and crash their fighting spirit very quickly. So that's something we've got to look towards doing later in the game. At this point in the war, I'm in no position to consider such a bold plan. But we've got 2 years of campaign left to go. So there'll be plenty of options for causing the Japanese some trouble. Alright, my first priority, gotta be purchasing units. For the first handful of turns, the Japanese, they're going to have a very large army. They've got 12 divisions across Japan. Well, and actually it's 13 because the Imperial Guards too. Some of them are in Korea to begin the game, but most of them have to be transported over from Japan. But he'll be able to do that a lot quicker, and I'm able to purchase them and then bring them over the railroads. So for a while we're going to be at a significant disadvantage in land units. This doesn't actually reveal quite how great the disparity is. It says 16 to 13 there. But most of our units are just these brigades, which are... they're not, like, just garrisons, but they're not a whole lot better either. We've only got the 2 big units at the moment. I'm going to repair him as much as I can straight up. And then we want to start digging entrenchments. The, well, not diggers in the Paraguay campaign sense, but... getting the entrenchment up. The base entrenchment of every terrain type in this map is 1 more than it is in Civil War. So if you're able to maintain a position for a while, then you get lots of entrenchment built up, and it becomes a lot more difficult to dislodge the units there. Another comparison I can make to the Paraguayan campaign is Port Arthur itself. There's only the 2 fortifications before the big fortress, compared to Humaita, which is about 10 of these, but each one of them, they're able to go up to 7 entrenchment, which is very difficult to break through. The Japanese, they get a couple of siege artillery units. Historically, the Russians actually sank one of them. It was on a boat somewhere. I believe it was around here. And the Russian cruisers out of Vladivostok, they chanced upon it and they sank it, and it really set the Japanese back quite a few months in terms of being able to blockade and eventually attack Port Arthur. I'm just going to put these naval mines out here so that if he does decide to come out this way and bother my fleet, that he suffers some damage for doing so. I think he's just pulled his fleet back and he's just going to defend this area. I'm happy to let him do that, because what's going to happen eventually, I've got 4 battleships here. Once I've repaired these ones, I'll have 3 more. That's 7. Japan has 4. So once we're at full strength, the Japanese Navy will be in not the finest place in the world, let's put it that way. Not a lot else for me to do this turn. I'm really, well, my entire army's still in Europe, so I don't have a lot of options yet, plus I've got to wait for the Japanese to show themselves. It's muddy, none of my units are up to full strength. no reason to burst forth recklessly at this point. Anyway, that's turn 2. Go end the turn there. Collect a lot of points. So, thanks for watching. See you in tomorrow's episode.